Well, all right, let's get this road on the show, as the saying goes. Once again, this is Sketch Weekly. Welcome to the stream. Do the little YouTube dance. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell icon, all of that happy horse shit that YouTube likes. And I am going to clean off my screen, and then I'm going to go start up the stream on the Discord. Which, you know, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can find the link to the Discord in the description. And if you're reading about this on Twitter, then you can find the link to the Discord in my bio. In any case, let's jump over here into Discord. And we'll swing on down into the voice chat channel and hit the share screen. Find the correct, there we go. Find the correct window projector. There we are, and we are hooked up. All right, so now let's talk a little bit about how things went last week. Like, we were working on Shizuka, as you'll recall, and this is where Shizuka ended up after a week of work. Not great, and I have a whole bunch of criticisms I could make here. But when you compare this to how far we got the week before with Yumi, let me turn off the notes. You can see that we did not get as far with Yumi. We didn't get Yumi cleaned up quite as much. So Shizuka ended up in a better place than Yumi did. In addition, if we go back one more week to how far I got with Aya, yeah, I didn't really get very far at all. I think I have that color down. So Aya didn't end up getting very far at all. And obviously Yumi got a lot farther, but Shizuka got even farther. And this week we are working on Chiyo. And Chiyo is undoubtedly going to get significantly farther because... no, we don't need to change. We don't need to save change there. Okay, so over the course of the last week, what I did was I ran this kind of escalating time commitment. And the way that worked was that at the beginning of the week, on Sunday, see, we've got tonight, which is the Sketch Weekly stream. Let me come over here to notes. So we've got the sketch. Take this down to a reasonable size, and we'll grab a. Well, it doesn't matter what we grab, does it? Okay. So we've got the Sketch Weekly stream, which is 60 minutes or thereabouts. And then on Sunday, I am required over the course of the day on Sunday to do 10 minutes of work. And on Monday, I have to do 20 minutes. And it's just 10 minutes a day. Tuesday is 30 minutes. Wednesday is 40 minutes. Thursday is 50. And Friday is another 60 minutes. And at the end of this is done. Now, I did not do this well over the course of the last week. And what I did instead was I did my time on the Sketch Weekly stream, and then I didn't do shit until Tuesday when I did a full 60 minutes. And then on Thursday, I had to do another 90 minutes. And then on Friday, yesterday, I had to do another 60 minutes. So it got divided up differently. Now, this coming week, I'm going to try to really kind of buckle in on doing the exact same thing. Well, not the exact same thing that I did, but, you know, the same plan. I'm going in on the same plan, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, because you put all of this together, and what you end up with is 4.5 hours. You end up with 4.5 hours of work And 4.5 hours of work seems to me like a reasonable amount of time to produce one piece of work. And I'm working toward being able to do that, toward being able to get a piece of work done in 4.5 hours. Now, once I can get this done, when I can go through the entire week and I can do the appropriate amount of time, I'm going to jack all of these up by another 10 minutes. Okay? And I'm going to keep doing that, but I'm going to keep like dragging it down just a little bit at a time. So first of all, I'll change all of this so it's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and then 60 again on Friday. And then the week after that, I'm going to take it to 30, 40, 50, 60. The week after that, 40, 50, 60, and an hour every other day. And so on until I'm doing literally an hour a day, and then it's 7 hours. 7 hours should be enough time to do a really good job on a piece, okay? And what I want to start doing at that point is I want to start kind of pushing it upward and going, well, you know, let's do more than an hour someday. And when I start pushing it to a point that I'm actually doing 4 hours a day, I'm not sure how long that's going to take. That'll be months. That's probably going to be something that happens well into season 3. But I want to get myself up to the point that I'm doing 4 hours a day. And once I'm up to that, once I'm doing a total of, not counting the actual stream, once I'm doing a total of 24 hours of work every single week, I want to start cranking out an actual finished piece every single day. And I want to really work on kind of getting that time down and lowering the amount of time that it takes me to get stuff done. I want to get up to the point that I'm getting a piece of work done in 7 hours, and then I want to just kind of crank that in and start going, okay, I want to get this piece finished by the end of the day on Tuesday. So we've got the hour on Sketch Weekly, and then we've got the 1, 2, 3 more hours running through Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, maybe to Wednesday. I want to get everything done in there. And I want to crank that down a little bit so I get 2 pieces done a week, or so at least I get 1 piece done a week, and I get progress made on a second piece that maybe doesn't get finished. And eventually what I'd like to do is get to the point that I'm putting out a piece of work every single day, and I want to continue working on reducing the amount of time it takes me to do work. And as I reduce the amount of time it takes me to get work done, my expectation there is that I'll be able to get a piece done every single day, and I'll also be able to make progress on an additional piece of work. And then, you know, maybe as time goes on, I'll be able to put more than 4 hours a day into this. And as I'm putting more than 4 hours a day into it, I should be able to get more and more stuff done. My thought process on this is I want to do a 7 to 11 stretch from 7 in the morning until 11 in the morning and just kind of dedicate my mornings to getting that done. So that 6 days a week, I'm putting in 4 days, and these half days essentially should be sufficient for me to find room to do some commissions and actually put some stuff out, and also like complete work for the game that I'm putting together. And I really want to get to a point where kind of the goal here is when I get up to the point that I'm doing 4 hours a day and I'm cranking out an image a day, I want to take just like 10 consecutive weeks and just go through and go, okay, this week we're going to do all of the different level appearances of this girl, and this week we're going to do all the appearances of that girl, and this week we're going to do all of that girl, and so on and so forth. And then on those 10 consecutive weeks, I'll get all of the girls done for a groping festival, and then all of that can go into the game. And then I'll probably dedicate just 1 week to doing all of the additional assets and the power-ups and all of the stuff like that. And then that should be enough that I can turn around and, well, I have to try to do the music on it. And once the music is done, once the sound effects are put together, then I can worry about just kind of putting together the interface, making everything look good, which shouldn't be that difficult. We should talk about the interface at some time. At some point, I should definitely, at some point, I should talk about how you build the interface for a game and talk about like the concerns and considerations for that. That'll be useful. And there should be a point. There should be a point by the end of this year, or at least by early next year, where I'm doing some videos on the design and construction of video games, because that's something that I definitely want to cover, and I don't think I'm going to put it in Sketch Weekly, but I'm going to do some work toward that. I probably am going to do something about composing music for video games and putting it together, because that's something that doesn't really get talked about a whole lot either. But for right now, the only thing that I'm really concerned with is I want to produce higher quality work. I mean, the work that I did on Shizuka is not bad, okay? It's I don't want to sound like I'm saying, oh, this is nowhere near good enough. There's massive progress being made here. There's a huge difference in the quality of the work here and the quality of the work just the week previously. So clearly the direction that I'm pushing is working, and I want to continue pushing in that direction. This is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, to actually like push myself to do more work and spend more time. And it's become much more reasonable now. Fucking allergies, I swear. Anyway, I started off here with Ravel Phoenix from High School DxD. I'm really annoyed with the artwork from this game, because if you zoom in here, let me draw you over here. You can see that here's Ravel Phoenix, and she's just like standing there and has like reasonably sized breasts. Here she is with huge breasts. Here she is with more huge breasts. Here she is with barely anything. And I'm like, you know, I really wish they would make up their mind how big this girl's breasts are. And I don't really like any of these outfits. I do kind of like, staying in the notes area, I like this pose. I think that might be a decent pose. Maybe with some elements of this. And I do like, if you scroll in on the blue and white outfit over here, you scroll in on this one, you can see that she's got a mandarin collar. And I really like the look of that mandarin collar. So over here on the opposite side, I've got this entirely separate girl who has a mandarin collar and who has a kind of a drill hair thing going on. Not quite the same, but that does kind of fit into the sort of thing that I'm looking for. And then this has kind of this, there's kind of this happy and free look to this particular pose that I liked. But the outfit in particular was something that I was interested in. And somewhere between this outfit, this outfit, this outfit, and off on the corner, this outfit, I think somewhere between those four is where the real look and feel of Chiyo lies. And we definitely, this is the kind of hair I want for her, at least on the sides. So we got kind of this drill hair thing going on the sides. And then the pose, I don't know what pose I'm going for. I kind of like this little top hat here. I might give her a little top hat. You know what? I just watched Terrifier 2 the other day. And there's this creepy little clown girl that keeps showing up, and she's got not only a little top hat, but she's got her hair pulled through the little top hat. So, like, what we'd be looking at there is sort of, here's a little... So, here's the little top hat. Let me drag this down to reference. So here's the little top hat over here. And on that layer, I'm going to put it on the notes layer. Here's our little top hat right here. And then the hair would be pulled up through that. And then we'd get a kind of a drill hair thing going on from there. Maybe that's a direction that I want to go. And obviously, Chiyo is not going to be a creepy clown, but this hair through the little top hat thing is a... is that a top hat? I got the impression it was a top hat throughout the show. Yeah, it is. It's a little white top hat. Grab a clipping off this entirely separate piece of reference, and then we'll blow that up, and you can see. Yeah, that's a little white top hat. There's a little white top hat that her hair is pulled on the side. Drop that down to a smaller level, and drag it down over here, and reference, apply transformation. Pull it down into our reference folder there. Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now let's close that reference. And well, for the moment, let's turn those off. They're kind of in the way. But up here in the notes isn't really where we want to do. We do want to have kind of, this is our outfit here. This is the kind of thing that we're looking at. Let's turn the little one on. Drag that one up here, and we do want the kind of put it up around the block. Okay, so working on our sketch layer, what we want is we want a kind of bratty look. Let's begin by roughing out the full size of it. Kind of here's the ground plane right here. Here's the ground plane. We want our head to sit up right about here, so about halfway between. This is where the crotch sits, right there. So we're going to have hips. Low, actually. That's going to be kind of, leg comes up. Going to be big there, and We're going to have the other leg kind of hanging out a little farther back. This is not the final pose. This is just kind of getting everything roughed out and figuring out where all of the pieces are. And she's going to have kind of her hands on her hips over here. Yeah, hands on the hips there. Hands on the hips there. And I want the hips. We want a kind of a contrapposto feel, which means this is where the weight is, right here. The hips are kind of tilted up this way, kind of pointed up this way. Here's the neck, bottom of the face. Here's the top of the head, and that's kind of what we're looking for. That's kind of what we're looking at in terms of the look and feel. Now Chiyo has A cup, so she's got virtually nothing. So it's kind of, here's the center line there. And how do we want this outfit? Do we want her to have the very tight kind of skirt, maybe slit very far up the thigh here and pushed forward by the knee, so that kind of bags down and we got a bunch of skin showing over here. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So if we do that kind of pose and we've got her, and we've got a very tight skirt, and then coming up the side here, I think we want to do this kind of double-breasted thing. So do this kind of double-breasted. We'll do that kind of double-breasted thing, and then we'll also do a mandarin collar coming relatively high up the neck, like so. But then I don't want her to have bare arms. I want her to have a kind of a poofy sleeve, but farther down than this. Like down to here. So kind of big, poofy sleeve. Sort of a pirate shirt look. But I don't want to be a pirate. So something kind of like that. And then on this side, we'll do a kind of top hat. And that top hat will have the hair pulled through. It'll poof out here. And then go into your standard drill sort of formation. And then over here on the side, we'll just have a typical drill hair sort of thing. There. They'll kind of hang down over there. And we do want her to have kind of, I think I want her to do the standard hime cut thing over here on the side. Yeah, I'm liking that. So then we'll have a sort of short bob going on in the back. Okay. So what we have with this, what we're working with is a pretty standard sort of layout. Then we'll put the eyes right there. And I want to give her a kind of lopsided, sneering kind of smile. It's kind of cocky, you know? And now the next thing I want to start thinking about is, oops, start thinking in terms of I want to start putting a flat color layer into my stuff, just like naturally. I want to start putting a palette in too. I will go and rebuild my macro later on tonight. Kind of handle that. Now colors. Not sure what to do here. I kind of like these sort of earth tony colors here. So I'm thinking maybe we come down here to the flat color. Maybe we do a kind of deep grassy green here. So do a kind of deep grassy green on the dress over on this side. And there's a trim thing that goes on with this. So I want to kind of bring that across there. And then here, I think maybe we go this kind of leather trimmed look there. And also extend kind of double-breasted thing going on there. But now we got to think in terms of skin tone, first of all. Kind of pinkish. It's sampled from one of the other images. Here. And we're here. And we want to get this thigh. Right in back behind that will dark shadows there. And now let's we did a kind of raspberry. sleeves are a kind of raspberry color and very sort of bold, light. This too, bold color. Maybe we give that a trim. We do puffs as well. And of course, there's the hair color. So, hair color and ink that in. And then this, not sure what I want to do. Top hat. I feel like I should do a contrasting color, but at the same time, I also feel like it should be a kind of, at the palette real quick and see what we got. So kind of a, we got kind of a rough look at how she's going to come across. And yeah, I'm not happy with this brown. This brown isn't really looking good. I think maybe we want to do that. Maybe we want to do that in kind of contrasting green. That green looks much. There we go. Do kind of a lighter green. And that looks. And we should do a kind of taping down the edges here. And take that up along the side like so. Or, you know what? We could take this around over. And then instead of having buttons like that, we're going to have the 6 buttons like instead of having 6 buttons, we just have like a very small, lots of little buttons that run down along the side over there. We should probably do some kind of, well, it's leftover right, isn't it? That. I like this raspberry look here. And I feel like what if we do that one? That's too color. That's too much color variation. We'll do this one. Kind of tie that together. Is that what we want? You know what? I think I like this color green better. Let's get this color green. Brighter. And I do like the look of the forest green, but this kind of feels more. This feels more like I envision Chiyo being. So she's got kind of what we've got here is kind of a two-piece thing. This isn't normal in a Chinese style outfit where you have the kind of two-piece thing. And a Chinese style outfit typically not only has only the one piece, but it's not bagged out. It doesn't have the poofy sleeves. So that's kind of that's a large amount of cultural license. And we want to go even lighter with the green trim, maybe. Is that a direction we want to go? Is that the kind of, how are we looking on this? I think this top hat up here be a deeper, or no, that ties it together. So yeah, now if we go down to the bottom here, here is okay. We're gonna work this kind of thing here. What are the shoes? The shoes pumps severe pump. Gonna have powerful. That's the wrong direction for him to face. Off of there, and this raspberry pump there. Very kind of tall space. Here is where other leg comes down. Two. But no, she's gonna have her weight on that foot there, so really, okay. We actually want this leg come back and have the raspberry shoe. Yep. While this leg in the back here. Hanging around. And that kind of tall, extensive pump. About right. Now, once again, the pump would be facing the side. What is this pose? Standing. So, I think I need to and this will need to come in direction further down. Okay, so that's the kind of thing we're looking at here. This is the general deal. And here's the goal. The goal is a process of continuing improvement. Let's kind of take a quick reality check here, and let's go. Where are we trying to go with this? So that I can just kind of remind everybody in the audience, okay, what are we trying to do here? Where are we trying to head? What is the level of work that we're looking at? And what we're looking at is we are trying to get to about this level here. Okay, this is an image from the visual novel Higurashi no Nakukoro ni. And I put a background on it so it's visible. And we'll take gray to that. And this is the level of work that I am looking to achieve. It's not necessarily the same kind of smooth shading that you're looking at here. It might be more of a cell shading style, but this is kind of the level of quality that I'm going for. And what I hit last week was, what I hit last week was this. So if we take this and we just go, okay, snip this out here, copy, and we'll come over here and paste. Wow. Let's reduce this down until it's about the same size, and let's see what kind of difference we're looking at here. Now, obviously, there's a lot of quantitative difference, but when it comes to the proportions and whatnot, this is not bad. If we line up the top of the head and the shoulders, if we just get the head to the right size here, the shoulders are sitting in one place and the top of the head is sitting in the other. There's the top of the head. We line that up. That down. So if we take this down to here, what we find is that the proportions are just about right. We've got Shizuka's head up a little bit higher than up a little bit higher than Mion's. And we've got the shoulders are a little bit high, but the trunk is a little bit long here. We've kind of raised all of that up a little bit. So if we lower the shoulders down to the appropriate point, we got the waist in the right place. And we have the elbow is a little bit low. If we look at where Mion's elbow is, right there, actually that ends up being pretty close. But as you can see, the breasts are really, really way too low on the chest. They need to be much higher up, and they need to sit around here. And also, Shizuka is supposed to be fairly better endowed than Mion, although I'm always shocked by how endowed Mion is. It's like, damn, I don't remember her chest being like that, but it is. And you can also see that Mion has a much narrower neck. I'm kind of drawing my necks kind of wide. But when you look at the proportions, you just kind of figure all of this out and go, okay, what's going on? When we look at, there's the wrist. That's kind of the length of the hand to the knuckles. The length of the hand to the knuckles is about right. Shoulders to the elbow, the proportions are about where they need to be. So I'm hitting that. I've got Shizuka's arms significantly larger than Mion's, which is fine. I mean, that's Mion's kind of skinny. She's a little scrawny. But looking at these two images, it's there's some definite progress toward where I'm trying to get to, but man, I am not there yet. I mean, there's some general movement in the direction of where I want to go. The shading is completely off. The drapery is not as precise. It's not as good, but the proportions and the general shape of the figure, that's pretty spot on. My anatomy is good. My rendering is not. And when we turn around and we look at this, we just go, okay, this is, let's come over here. We'll make a new layer and we'll pull it up to the top and we'll just go, okay. So this is what we're looking for. This is where we got last week. So what we're targeting on this is we want the new piece to sit right about in between these. We want it to be better than this one and moving closer to that one. And that's kind of the that's the direction that we want to that's the direction we want to take this. Let's get the background to the right color, and this will be our sort of this will be our acid test kind of thing. And turn that off. Let's merge that down, and we'll take this entire layer right here. Control A, Control C. Then we will come over here to our existing illustration, and we will Control V and Control T. And that will get us that will get us our comparison basis right there. So pull that open a bit more. Over, and we will take this. Apply the transformation. We're going to close the reference. We're going to pull this down immediately before the background. No, I don't want to put that in the reference folder. Pull that down immediately before the background. And I want to turn that off. But I want to make that our kind of progress check. There's only one E in progress. Okay, so we can now use that. We turn off the reference folder. We can use that to check, did we fit in somewhere in the middle of this? And that's our goal. That's the major thing that I'm looking to do over the course of this week is I want to do the character design for Chiyo, and I want that work to end up better than Shizuka and closer to Mion. Because Mion Sonozaki is kind of the gold standard. That's the level of character graphic I'm trying to build for my game. I don't want my graphics to look exactly like that, but I want them to be roughly comparable in quality. And that's the real goal here is I want to get stuff up around here. It's okay if I don't. I'm not going to delay my game until I'm turning out stuff of this quality. But when I get close to it, that's when I'm going to just kind of pull the trigger and go, okay, let's start producing the character graphics in earnest for the game. And it shouldn't take more than a couple of months to do that, including all of the various graphics, all of the various user interface functions, and then of course there's the composition. The composition's not going to be that hard, really. I mean, it's just going to be an extensive loop of something that you can listen to for hours and hours and hours and not go, my God, turn it off. But I also wanted to have that anime feel. So I saw somebody on Twitter the other day. What was his name? I saw some guy who was talking about this guy who was talking about how to make music that sounds like anime. I can't remember who it was. Joshua something, I think. I'm following him. That's him. Atelier Joshua Taipeo, composer and guitarist. Let me see if I can find any of his stuff. On composing anime style music. He did something about that. Wasn't that long ago, but I'm just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling through his timeline and I'm not seeing it. He did some work with HoloLive recently, which is where I came across him. Did it go? Okay, here he goes. J-pop melodies are almost never pentatonic. Okay, no, he didn't go into anything about anime on that. He's got something in here about this. Final Fantasy XIV's orchestrion rolls. God. I scrolled all the way down to May 6th. He's got a bunch of really good advice for game development, too. I'm not sure what his dev background is, but he's done a lot of work on video games. Geez, I was hoping to find something in there that would actually be useful. But yeah, there's a chord progression in anime. It's the kind of 4, 5, 6. Is that it? I think I dropped. I'll worry about it another time. I don't have time to be fucking with this. Here we go. Arranging and writing lyrics for anime music today. And no, he had a long thread about it. Cannot seem. Damn it. I'm gonna have to find it some other time. Anyway, it's anyway, that's kind of, I got my marching orders. I've got kind of the marching orders on how I want Chiyo to look in terms of her outfit. I don't know how I feel about this. As I look at this, I don't know how I feel about that bit right there. The this little tie, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm not sure how I feel about this row of buttons. The outfit seems kind of plain. I feel like it needs a pattern on it, but am I really a guy who puts patterns on clothes? I don't know how to do that. Maybe with liquefy? I think that might be the way to do that. I don't know. I don't know. Or maybe we just accessorize and decorate this more. I kind of like the solid colors, but maybe if we do a design that kind of spirals up along the, if we had a design that kind of came up from here, made its way up alongside here, that would work. If we just kind of had, and then that could sort of accentuate the whole drill hair thing, where we got the hair coming down. If we had, here's the hair coming down here, Here's the hair coming down here, and here's the design spiraling up. And we could do like a little Chinese dragon or something. Maybe that would be interesting. I don't know. I feel like this dress is too plain. Like there's something more I need to do with it. You know what? She needs some kind of stocking. So I'll do something along. Come to my flat color here, and I just kind of go, right, let's gray and that. I'll give her fishnets. Garter belt coming up. She's a naughty girl. Maybe, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll see. I'll see how I feel about it after I've done some additional thinking. And but that's going to be my progress check right there. Needs to be better than the left picture, closer to the right picture. That's going to be sort of my goal on this. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, we're past an hour at this point. I'm going to drop this in here. This goes into the Gropaverse. And this is Chiyo. We'll save her out there. Now we can close that. Do not save. We've got what there. Do not save. We got what there. There's our collection of characters. We have Fumiko next week, and then Haruhi, Kyoko, Sora, and who's this one? Nara. Okay, Nara. All right, I need to write that better. So we're halfway through the group. We need to get closer to our goals, and I need to improve from what I was doing before. So so that's the marching orders, and that's where I'm going, and that's how I'm going to proceed. And again, do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, all of that happy horse shit. And okay, bye.